Happening now on VGN, a man has been in custody since last summer and is facing 3.5 years in prison for playing Pokemon Go. Now, last year, back when this game was really popular, I told you about a few stories where this title caused a lot of chaos. There were people beaten and robbed. Some people even lost their life. There were people who fell off cliffs, people who got ran over by traffic. There were also a lot of sensitive areas where people were going to play this game where they really shouldn't. Like Arlington Cemetery had to put out a statement asking people to stop playing this game in the cemetery. Same thing happened with the Holocaust Museum. But I think this is the first story that I've heard of someone actually going to jail for the game. So this comes out of Russia, and they're pretty strict as far as the laws are concerned with keeping people from mocking others who are religious or mocking their faith. And so this guy, who I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but he's 22 years old and he's a big atheist. He made a video in which he was talking about these laws and how he thought that they were pretty much dumb. And so he decided that he was going to go play Pokemon Go in one of the country's most sacred churches and record the whole event. And so he walked into the church, started playing this game, even though there were actually no Pokemons available to grab there. But then he started making statements like, I didn't catch the rarest Pokemon that you could find there, that is Jesus. They say that he doesn't exist, so I'm not really surprised. So he started, mocking the faith and playing in this sacred place of worship. He then uploaded his video for laughs and clicks, but he probably wasn't laughing too long before the police showed up and imprisoned him, and he's been in custody since last summer. He's been held there ever since, awaiting trial. The trial just got through wrapping up, but sentencing isn't expected to happen until later this month. But the prosecutors are asking for the maximum sentence, which is 3.5 years in prison, and they say that's because this was all done deliberately. The guy is on tape talking about the laws, so he knew what the laws were, and then he went and he broke the law, and he recorded the whole ordeal just to upload up to social media. So, my thoughts on this. To me, this is just moronic all the way around from every angle, and it's dumb that Russia has a law that you can't basically hurt the feelings of people who are religious. Words cannot hurt you, and I think people have the right to openly speak out against anything, whether that's a religion, whether it's government, whether it's a president, whatever. You have the right to speak out. Words can't hurt you. This is what the extremist left is trying to do in this country, in the U.S. It's basically claimed that people's feelings have to be protected, and so they want to ban, they want to shut down speech that they don't approve of. And so they have resorted to violence, and if they could, I'm sure they would pass laws to keep you from saying things that hurt their feelings. And so I think it's a very dumb law that Russia has. At the same time, I also think that this guy is a complete moron and a douchebag. I mean, why film yourself committing a crime while acknowledging that you're committing a crime and then upload it to social media? I mean, he's just asking for trouble. And I think it's distasteful, no matter what your beliefs are, to go into a place of worship and mock it. I mean, if he would have made the video outside the church, I don't think it would have been a big deal for anybody. And I'm all for the right to protest, but I'm also for having a little bit of dignity. And in my experience, there are some atheists who are just as obnoxious as an ultra-religious person who's trying to get you to believe that there is a God, and the atheists are trying to get you to believe that there isn't one. So they're both trying to convince you that their beliefs are the right ones. And so I think he's a prick. I think he's a moron for doing this. But having said that, I don't see how in the world this sort of punishment fits the crime. I mean, 3.5 years for this seems absolutely absurd, and I'm not sure who this would benefit. Any way you look at it, it's a mess, and I think both sides are wrong and screwed up. Post your thoughts down below. Stay tuned to VideoGamesAndNews.com for the latest gaming news as it happens. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.